going into this game because of the development of defensive line this year?
Yeah.
This season?
Well, more, right, than, more than if we, had really been, performing underachieving so far this year. So, we played those guys the last 2 years and haven't really not had much success at all trying to slow them down, running or throwing. So, feel going into this game, we've got to work it out first, but we've got a better shot at it. And again, that's really through, up to this point, we've been playing pretty well, so.
Cornell Wheeler had his first fumble force and his first tackle for loss. Just what have you seen from him recently?
Yeah, Cornell's been a player that's really, it's taken a while for him to find his niche, for him to probably mature to the point where he was just a bought into the process guy. So I think as he's been able to do those things, his performance and his production is it keeps growing. So he plays hard, he plays fast, he's got pretty good instincts for the ball, and we're trying to just find ways to use him like anybody else for what does he do well and how can we plug that into what we're trying to do. And so he's kind of found his little his role in some of our substitute package stuff, but he's also a guy that's, he could be an every down player too, and spell other guys in there as well.
And just generally speaking, what stands out to you about Texas offense, seeing them on film?
What stands out?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're good everywhere, so really can't really find a weakness for them. I think their offensive line is outstanding. The quarterbacks is really developed, really matured as a good player. They've got speed in the backfield. They've got a core of talented receivers, and their tight end is runs like a receiver. So I don't really know where they've been pretty good in all areas. So they're a hard group to prepare for, because there's really no weakness that I can see. We just have to go in there and put ourselves to the test. And like I said, I've told our guys, if we think we're going to give up 55 points and have be in the ballpark of even in the game at all, it's not going to happen, because that's really what's happened the last 2 years we've played them. So we've really got our work cut out for us, but I also feel like our guys have, it's a personal challenge, and they have pride as well. So I think they're going to show up, and we're going to play our best.
Yeah, has that been talked about at all? Giving up I think over 400 yards rushing last year. Is that a
427.
Okay.
Who's counting?
Okay.
Yeah. We showed it to our guys. Showed them the last 2 years. Points, yards. The year before they had 400 some yards passing against us. So we've just gotta. We're going to play better, and we're so all we can do is prepare as hard as we can. Give our guys put them in the best positions possible, and give them confidence so that they can go play their best. And hopefully, that's going to be, that's got to be good enough. We can't invent a new defense this week, and we can't, the players we have are the players we have. So we're gonna. I feel good about them. I said I'm really proud of our guys, and I think they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. So that's going to speak volumes going into this game, and I'm confident that we're gonna be able to compete with them, and then we got to find a way to win as we do that.
Brian, going back to Wheeler real quick, he said during camp that confidence was the biggest thing for him, but to kind of make that jump where he was standing out, catching your eye and things like that, and I think you said that your confidence in him was a big part of his development too. So then he gets hurt a little bit and can't play those first few games or whatever. How great is it to see a guy's confidence not be shaken by that and come back and be able to compete right away?
Yeah, I think it's really probably a credit to him to not be like frustrated. Oh man, I was right there. Now I'm not, and here we go again. So I don't think he really had any of that, and I feel like he knew what he's capable of doing, as did we, and he was itching to get back and really, like I said, so. And you don't just somehow get placed on the field during the game. That's stuff you got to earn on a daily basis, and so he's really done an awesome job at that. Just the work ethic and you know, it's the day in and day out things that you can see that tell me or tell our coaches that, hey, this guy's ready to do something, and he's capable of doing something. So let's find a way to get him on the field. That's it. So it's really a credit to him and how he's really transformed as a just, you know, matured and transformed as a person to get to this point.
You've seen a lot of guys in that position, I'm sure. Is that pretty rare for a guy not to take a mental dip, so to speak?
Yeah, I think so. You know, yeah, some guys will be, yeah, I think just become discouraged and kind of maybe lose some of that confidence. But yeah, that certainly hasn't happened to him, and so hopefully, as other guys kind of struggle with the same thing, because guys get banged up all the time, whether, you know, we all know it or not. I mean, there are, but you know, you gotta put it out there anyway, and he's really done that really well.
Brian, going into the year, you know, there's a question with a lot of guys on the front four leaving, and you've replaced them. Tackles for loss are up, sacks, you're getting pressure. Just what have your thoughts been on the front four?
Yeah, so far so good with that, and kind of had a feeling, I think we all did, about who was, again, I don't want to be disparaging to the guys that were here before, and because, you know, we wouldn't be here without those guys, but I just had a feeling of the guys that were young and growing in the program, and guys that we've been able to kind of bring in various ways. I just had a good feeling about those guys, that they're you know, they're good sized guys who are, you know, have strength, and they have athleticism, and have potential. So what's good about it is, you know, guys are stepping into their potential. It's not, you know, we're not just waiting for somebody to, well, you know, wait till next year. Those guys are realizing that right now. So I think we had a pretty good inkling of what was there, and it was just a matter of them taking the necessary steps to produce, and so far they've been doing a really good job at that.
On that note, just generally for you guys on defense, how important will depth be, considering the temperatures and all that?
Yeah, as always, we're gonna, you know, we played, I think, 25 guys maybe last week, and that's kind of been our, you know, our standard pattern. So, you know, we've got, you know, we feel pretty good about our two deep and guys that are gonna be able to get in there, and yeah, so there's some guys that are just on a natural rotation, they just rotate, and there's other guys that are occasional spellers, right? And then there's guys that just rotate with each other. So we're going to need all those guys, and you know, yeah, I think it's going to be hot, but it's going to be hot for them too, and we'll, you know, we'll see. And but I feel like we can throw a number of guys out there, and our production and our ability and our production's not really taking a big dip at all.
Anything else, Coach?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.